So telecommunications, basically what they do is they allow us to transmit between different locations. Local area network, a LAN, is a computer network that covers a limited geographic area. Example of the LAN is, say, computers connected at VIT. They are connected via a local area network. And then we have wide area networks. Wide area networks could connect over a larger geographical area, same city, different parts of a country. Different country can connect over the wide area network. So this is an example of computer networks defined. So we have an organization boundary. We have organization information system, system users, and we have customer information systems, collaborator supplies information systems, online services, and various other examples. So this is an example of the communication links between different stakeholders. We have organization information systems, system users, customer information systems, collaborator supplier information systems, online services. So this is an example of a LAN. And in this example, we can see that it just covers within the organization. Whereas if we take an example of the WAN and the internet, it's a more wider area that it covers. It covers the customers, the collaborators, and the other online services. So we can see that within the organization boundary, that's limited to the organization, whereas we have customers, collaborators, and online services through which the organization connects via its WAN and over the internet. So what are the computer networks pros and cons? What are the advantages and disadvantages of having a computer network? So the advantages of computer networks is with the computer networks, we have low costs. We can share information, that is hardware and resources and softwares. We can reduce the costs, and communication is much more easier. So previously, when internet was not that common, in order to communicate, you'd be relying on the postal system, and that would take up a lot of time. Whereas nowadays, with the internet, if you send an email, within a minute, it's delivered. Or if you send a fax message, it's received. So there's a lot of security. However, the disadvantage is that our applications, our organizations, they rely too much on the internet. So if the internet's not working, the office cannot work the way it should be working. So the reliance on the internet is a lot as compared to previous times. And as the number of users increased, the network costs also increase, and security becomes an issue with more and more people connecting. So client-server architecture, as I mentioned earlier, that with the client-server architecture, we have a client and we have the server, and the client normally has low processing, low storage abilities, whereas the server has greater processing and better abilities to communicate to the internet, better resources, and it can do more processing. So normally, all our heavy softwares, all the processing, storage of information, that would be done on the server, whereas the client would basically be sending requests to the server, and the server would be responding to the requests. So with the client-server architecture, the client is any computer, any PC that sends a request to the server, And as a result, the server would respond to the response. It provides faster communication. It's easier to maintain, and it's easier to secure. What would be the biggest disadvantage of a client-server architecture? So what's the main disadvantage of such a network? Well, the biggest disadvantage in a client-server architecture is, so basically the main disadvantage of a client-server architecture is if an attacker attacks the server, and if the server has been compromised, the whole network would be compromised. So if somebody hacks into your server, the whole system goes down. So basically, it's a single point of failure with a client-server architecture. So that's the biggest disadvantage. However, there are other disadvantages as well. Configuration takes a long time. Instability caused by clashes, maintenance, performance, cost. These are some of the disadvantages of the client-server architecture. So the benefits of having a server. So a server is a powerful computer used to control and manage the network. With the servers, we can maintain the security. It's more easier to restrict access on the server side. Sharing of resources becomes easier. We can share the printers, hard drives, database applications, sharing of applications, cost of applications. So you can buy licenses that are more cheaper, and it becomes easier to share information. So from the server types, different types of servers, we have a network server. It manages the network resources and controls the user access. We have file servers that manage the files on server locations. We have dedicated print servers. We have fax servers, email servers, database servers, application servers, communication servers, and blade servers, which are there for power, cooling, storage. So to cool the systems, such servers are used.
The Victorian Institute of Technology has other great videos covering many different topics. Please check them out, and thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe the video for more great content like this.